Have you decided, did we decide if you're a package or we know your executive collection, are you a package or a la carte?
I'll do package B.
Package B. And package B is 4 suits, how many shirts?
Six shirts.
6 shirts? Okay. So I go in as Michael, right, Mike? Mike, what I want to do now is kind of walk through your closet to see what ideas will complement the package that you picked.
Okay.
So I'm going to first start with your suits and then your sport coats and move to your casual wear. But today, since we're primarily working on a suit wardrobe or a suit package, I want to kind of stay with that. Is that okay?
That sounds good.
Okay. First off, what I want to kind of do is help you identify some of the things that you have in your closet that you like and that you wear.
Okay.
And right now, as far as your Navy suits go, let me get your name on the top of this too. As far as your suits go, do you have a nice Navy solid or a Navy stripe or a Navy pattern like this I did here?
I have one. It kind of looks like that.
Like that I did there?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have a solid or a pattern?
No, that's the only one I have.
As far as charcoal gray, do you have a nice charcoal gray solid like this idea or a stripe like that or maybe even a pattern like this or this or this?
It's kind of, I have one like that, but it has a little purple in the pattern.
So what's going through my mind right now is what Mike's told me that he has, but I'm also making notations of things he doesn't. So as we're going through this, I'm identifying what he has and thinking about what he doesn't. Okay. Okay, as far as blue-gray, blue-grays are suits like what I'm wearing today, something a little bit bluer than more than navy. Do you have anything at all like that?
No.
Is it okay if we skip over that for now? Because I think
Okay.
I've already identified in my mind already some pretty significant holes that you have in your navies and in your grays. And if it's okay, I'd like to skip over that for now and come back to it.
Whatever. Well, you're the pro.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. Do you have anything in your earth tones like a tan solid like this idea?
Yep. It's the one I'm wearing today.
Okay. Do you have anything in a? Do you feel good about that? Is that in good shape?
I think so.
Okay. Do you have a nice brown solid or tick weave or bird's eye or maybe even a plaid pattern and a stripe or plaid like this in the earth tones?
Mm-mm.
So the only suit you have in the earth tones suit is that suit you've got on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then as far as black suits like this idea here or this idea here or this idea here, do you have anything like that or maybe even a black and white, like a black and white plaid?
I just have a solid black.
Okay. Is that in good shape?
I think so. I got it probably like 5 years ago.
Is it pleated pants?
No.
It's in good. Okay. We'll say it's in good shape for today then.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So first off, here, to kind of revisit, Mike, here's what we've got. Right now, you've got a navy stripe that you feel like's in good shape, but you don't have a solid or a pattern like a plaid.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of like this idea here. Then you've got the gray plaid like this idea here with a little bit of a purple into it, but you don't have a solid or a stripe in that either. Now here's the thing I want to point out too. Navy suits are presentation suits, special occasion suits. And right now, when you have that kind of situation, you have one suit to reach for. So I'm trying to help you with some ideas to complement that. And then your gray suits, right now you've got the gray plaid. You don't have anything in a gray solid or a gray stripe. And those suits are money suits. Banker's gray, I mean, it's a suit you wear when you own all the odds in your favor. And right now you don't really have anything other than that one plaid there. And again, we're going to skip over blue-gray. Earth tone suits, warming colors, relaxing suits. Take a client to lunch, you basically got the tan that you're wearing today, and that's it. And you got the black solid suit, which is really a nice suit to consider having because it works in nicely with special occasions also. With one step over a navy, one step below a tux. Okay? Or maybe you want to wear it as a transitional suit and wear it casually, like with an open collar shirt, brown belt, brown shoes. It's a nice look that way. But anyway, going back up to the navy, in your navies, the navy solid idea can actually be addressed a couple of ways. One thing we could do is we could do a navy herringbone like this idea here, or we could do a navy plain weave like this idea here. And then you've got the stripe, but you don't really have anything in the cross pattern like you do, but you do have a cross pattern in gray, which tells me that you like plaids or window paint, so it would be smart to consider having something like that in a navy, like this idea here or this idea here. Let me ask you something. On the navy, do you like the plain weave better, or do you like the herringbone better?
I like the plain weave better.
Okay. And then as far as the pattern in the blue, do you like this idea here or this idea here more, or this idea? Or for that matter, you could even work in this idea. All four of these say the same thing and are used the same way. They just offer it up in a different twist. Is there one of those that appeals to you more so than the others?
This one.
This idea here?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very muted pattern. From 10 feet away, it's basically a solid suit, but as people get closer to it, the character and the depth of the fabric kind of comes out a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, so the plain weave here and the cross pattern here. In your grays, you know, It's kind of up to you, but I think a gray herringbone, since we're doing a plain weave in navy, would be a nice way of getting the solid done in gray.
Mhm.
And a chalk stripe in gray would also be a smart look. Again, you've got to keep in mind, this is your big deal business suit, and right now you have one.
Okay.
So I'd ask you to consider that idea. Do you like the idea of the herringbone? Do you think you'd rather
I
go
kind of like
the
this
shark
one.
skin?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine, because it's not as dark as this, which is very close to the navy, so that'd be fine.
Okay.
But what's your feeling about this particular gray? Do you like this idea, or do you think something more of a fancy gray would make more sense?
This one's good. I like
Okay.
that one.
All right, so I want to keep moving just for a second, and I'll explain something to you. So right now we've got the navy plain weave, the gray shark skin, the traditional gray chalk stripe, the blue plaid here, and then we're going to skip over the blue grays. It takes us to the earth tones. Again, earth tones are more warming colors, relaxed looks, more casual looks. You have just the one you're wearing today. So a dark shade in that same function would be nice. And the nice thing about this too is because it is so dark, it almost has hues of gray. So it actually work into the same function as a dressier suit, but also offer up the casual twist to it. Or you could do something in a lighter shade or darker shade with a pattern. You could do a brown stripe, or for that matter, a tan plaid. Do either of these two appeal to you as well as this, or different? What's your take on that?
Didn't I already pick 4?
Well, I know, but I want to make sure we have some options to narrow it down to.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's all. Do you like this idea more or this idea more?
I like this darker one here.
Okay. And then as far as the black suits go, the only compliment to that is can be to do a black stripe or possibly something in a light gray plaid. Do you like the idea of that black stripe?
I like the idea of it, yeah.
Okay. All right, so to kind of put our arms around everything, what we've got now is we've got the navy plaid, the navy solid, and the navy plaid, the medium gray shark skin, and the gray stripe. And then we have the the brown stripe, and the last one was the black stripe. Now I know that's 6 suits, and we talked about a package B, which is 4 suits. So the first question I have for you, would you like to consider upgrading that B to an A?
I think I'm okay for just the 4 for today.
Can I show you which ones I think would make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great.
All right, what I would do is I would definitely do the navy solid and the blue pattern, navy pattern. It just 2 smart looks. And I would definitely add in the gray stripe. But I would drop down here and add in this brown stripe to kind of give a little bit more variety to you instead of getting the other gray idea. So I would say this, and that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, now what I would do is I would style them 2-button, side vents, plain front pants with plain bottom. Okay. The only other question I have for you with reference to the shirts, would you like me to match the shirts up for you, or did you want to do just traditional? Because all we're doing is 6 shirts. You could do 2 white, 2 blue, and 2 patterns if you'd like to do that, or we could do like 3 white and 1 blue and 2 patterns. What are you thinking, or do you want to take?
What do you think?
I think you should. Here's the thing. These are going to be the nicest shirts in your closet. And so we want to make sure these are shirts you're not going to wear under a sweater, that you're going to be more inclined to feel you're really comfortable reaching for them with a suit or a sport coat outfit. So I'd say you definitely want to get probably 3 whites. I really would encourage you to get maybe 1 blue. And the reason I want 3 whites is I don't want you, every time you reach for a white shirt, it's dirty. So you get 3 whites, 1 blue. And then what I would do is a couple of fancy patterns. And you could do that a couple of ways. One way would be to do this gingham or these patterns here, and you've got something on in a purple like this. I think the light blue would make a lot of sense because it goes with every one of the suits except for the brown one. And then you want to get something with a little bit of an earth tone twist to it. And actually, it's this idea here. I know that the suit is a stripe in brown, but a pattern would be really cool with that type of look there. So I'd say 3 whites, which would be right here. Excuse me. Right here. That blue, that check, and where's that? Here it is, and that pattern there.
That's what you think?
Yep. Now, I would style them. 2 of the whites I would do with French cuffs, 1 I do with regular cuffs. I do traditional spread collar on all the shirts. And then no pocket, and I will go over the features and details with you later as we go through this. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, I need you to stand up and get a few measurements and get it in the works for you.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you listening.